You're listening to No Limits Radio Show on the Vets on Media Network.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Halloween.
Well, that was yesterday, but yes, happy Halloween, everyone.
Well, some of us are still celebrating Halloween.
I know you are, and I'm not.
This is such a fun holiday because you get to dress up and you get to be somebody that you're not.
So today you're going back into the 70s, it looks like? Is
yeah,
that what you are?
But what's really funny is that everything I'm wearing, I own and I would wear on any other given day.
You know, I noticed the wig that you have on today. And I was, even though it is beautiful for what you bought it for, I was thinking that, you know, Danielle could probably help you in some wig styles if you're looking to become a wig whore, that maybe there's some prettier ones out there.
I love this. I think it's gorgeous.
70-ish.
It's very 70s. And it definitely went with my peasant wench costume that I wore last night.
That it did.
Yeah.
You looked great.
Yeah, but I was just the sidekick. Rob was William Wallace, and everybody was like, oh, Braveheart, freedom. They were totally wanting to like get their picture taken with him. And then one of the guys was like, Braveheart, I want to get my picture with you. And then I was standing there here. He turns to me and he goes, oh yeah, you too. And I was like, awesome.
He said, you too?
Yeah, you too.
Like it was an afterthought?
It was exactly an afterthought. I was like, wait a minute. I'm not the center of attention. I was not the center of attention. But Rob was, and he looked fantastic. And Raven's event was awesome. Once again, it was sold out. So
this was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah. I think it's fun dressing up as like a couple's costumes that go together.
Yeah.
I just want to be the main attraction, not the sidekick next time. That's all.
Well, you're going to have to think of some pretty famous, awesome women
and
have a sort of sidekick.
Right. Well, and okay, I don't mind if he's like a main attraction too, but we have to be equal main attractions, like Bonnie and Clyde.
Right.
You know, Wonder Woman and I don't know.
Like Wonder Woman and Superman or
Superman.
Batman.
Yeah.
Wait, is that the same?
I don't know if they're both part of, because there's like DC Comics and then
there's Marvel.
Yeah. So I don't know if we've just like crossed into
like something that would never happen. Like all the comic people out there are like, oh my God.
Everybody from Comic-Con is like, oh,
did you hear that?
Wonder Woman and Batman together?
They don't go together. They're in different worlds.
That's like cats and dogs living together. Oh, that's awesome. Well, we have a very interesting show today. We're going to talk about what it means, you know, what it's like being gay in the USA. We're going to ask some very unfiltered questions, just like we always do.
Yes, just like we always do.
I really hope that we don't ask any questions that are offensive.
I don't think so. You know, I asked our guest if there was anything really off the table, and I was told no. So I guess that means no. No means no.
No means no.
No means no.
Okay, there you go.
So we warned you.
Okay. Well, before we get to that, we have the WWW. This is where Michelle goes out to the web and she scours the web for these wild, wonderful, and wacky stories. And she brings them back to the land of No Limits Radio Show, where we discuss them.
We do. And you know what we're going to start out with? Because we talked about this last week. So let's just start out with the wacky. And I can't believe I'm going to discuss this because I absolutely hate the show anyway. And I'm glad it's not on the air. However, just an update for those people who love Honey Boo Boo. There are some new reports of Honey Boo Boo and the mother and the whole little conspiracy. So apparently, Mama June's 20-year-old daughter, Anna, is her name. She was actually the kid that this boyfriend was charged with and was in prison for child endangerment and molestation and all of that. So her 20-year-old was 8 at the time. And yeah, the school officials had reported it. And that is why he went to prison, because of her own child. And apparently, even though she has denied any romantic involvement, they have photos of them sitting in a stairwell with her 9-year-old daughter. She apparently has bought him a $25,000 Nissan Altima, and they went house hunting last month. So I don't know. She's saying it's a misunderstanding and blah, blah, blah. But I'll tell you right now, I mean, not that I don't think I would become friends with someone who was in prison for molesting a child.
Right.
However, and because I've never been in that situation, you know, I don't know. I mean, who knows what the situation, who knows? And some people are falsely in prison. So I'm not going to say that. However, I do know if it was my own child, I would never be friends with the person that molested them. There's no way impossible. I would have absolutely no contact with them because I would kill them.
Absolutely. So you have to protect the child. And I, having been a child that had a step grandfather that was very inappropriate. When I shared this with my mom, I mean, my mom, there was no question about it. She believed me. Mm-hmm. She completely stood by me. I was never left alone with him, and he was confronted and told that, you know, this is unacceptable, and he was never around me again. That's the way, I mean, when you're a parent, you protect your child.
Right. And not buy him a car.
Exactly. That's just unbelievable.
It was, So I don't know. I mean, not that I had a lot of respect as a mother to start with. And I think the show was ridiculous. And I think it portrayed that having no manners or goals or ambitions was an okay thing. That's kind of how I felt like that show was.
Have you watched the show?
You know, I've watched it like once or twice. When it first came out and everyone was talking about Honey Boo Boo, I watched it a couple times and I'm like, there's no way this is like really a show. Yeah.
I've never seen it. I've only seen some of the like commercials for it. I did one weekend I was on a Toddlers and Tiaras binge. I don't know why. I got suckered into the show, and then it was like they were playing it one after the other. Yeah. And I just got completely enthralled by these little kids, like
these little bitches running around.
Seriously, I was like, wow, I cannot believe them. And one of the shows had the Honey Boo Boo on it. And I could not believe, I was like, oh my gosh, this is really how this child behaves.
Yeah.
If I had ever behaved like that, my mother would have killed me.
Yeah.
And my kids, oh, hell no.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm glad the show's off, but not that I had, like I said, not that I had a lot of respect for her before, but if I had even an ounce, it is absolutely positively out the window.
But, you know, on a side note, it's interesting that she would buy him a car. It's interesting the things that women do. For example, Shanisha Taylor, remember she was in the news for leaving her children in a locked car and while she went to interview.
The one that you defended that day, and I did not.
Is
this the story?
I didn't defend her. I just was trying to see it from her point of view.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, she's back in the news.
She's back in the news, again, making poor choices. She didn't honor the agreement of the probation, which was setting up a trust fund. And it seems that everyone that had backed her and supported her financially and kind of came to her defense is now stepping away because none of the money was put in there. And now we think that there are rumors that the money is completely gone. The father of the children, who is completely out of the picture, is now back in the picture and was seen in court wearing designer clothes. So it led me to think, okay, where did the money go?
Of course you know where the money went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what were they thinking? I mean, obviously, every choice that she has made in her life that led her to the choice of leaving her kids in the car, we knew that she wasn't going to make the right choice with the money. If she had the ability to make the right choice with the money, she wouldn't be in the position that she was in.
Right. So I'm just glad that I was right on that story. I was not defending her anyway.
I was never defending. I always try to come at it from a very fair and balanced and see all sides. Like truly fair and balanced, not like some other media outlet that says fair and balanced, but they're really not.
Okay, so now that you are on the fair and balanced kick,
yes.
Now that she has not done the trust funds like it was part of the probation to do,
Yeah.
and all these people backed her, how would you fairly like to defend her at this point?
I would not defend her.
Oh, okay. But don't you want to be fair? How about seeing her side of it? I mean, let's look at it. Maybe she's had irresponsible parents growing up. They never showed her how to budget. And she's never had this much money in her life. And now all of a sudden it's just up to her to go open these trust funds. She might not even have a bank account.
And maybe she didn't. And maybe Bill Montgomery should have not just said, you have to do this, but should have connected her. And I don't know if that was even an option.
I don't know.
I know that her lawyer kept saying that it was going to get taken care of and that she was going to do that. So I would think that the lawyer would have stepped in and introduced her to a financial advisor that could set up the trust fund. But I don't know. I mean, there has to be some consequence, because there has to, given the severity of what happened, children getting left in the car here in Arizona, where that can be deadly. Fortunately, nothing happened to her kids, but it can be deadly. They're going to have to make an example out of it.
Yeah. Well, they should have they should have made her an example out of it in the first case.
I think because of all the publicity and the public support around her, I think that was why Bill Montgomery, our attorney general, decided to give her this. And it was a very strict, like, you have to do this, this, and this. Right. And now that she hasn't,
I hope he throws a look at her personally.
I think he's going to.
So a little more wacky.
Yes.
This happened in Texas. Megan, I think it's Holting. She's 31. She is charged with felony burglary with the intent to commit sexual assault. Basically, what happened is she broke into her husband's friend's house. Apparently, he was asleep, and when he woke up, he found her straddling his legs and dressed only in underwear. He asked her to leave. She didn't, so he called 911.
What was she thinking?
She was going to give him oral. That's why I said, I know that I'll never get a call from you needing out on jail because you broke into someone's house because you wanted to give them oral. That is one call I know will never, ever happen.
That is true.
So yeah, poor Megan. She's married. I don't know why she went to that. I mean, why don't she just give her own husband some oral?
I wonder if something happened between her and this friend in the past. Because do you just do that out of the blue? Oh, I'm just going to go over to my husband's friend's house.
Well, in her defense.
Oh my gosh. Really?
No. Well, in her defense, I'm kind of joking. She has had multiple run-ins with the law, public intoxication, things like that. So it's not like she's some,
housewife.
Yeah, Mrs. Cleaver, making pumpkin cookies. And then all of a sudden one day she decided to do this. The reality is she's a little bit, she's a little bit on the out there side. So, but a little bit of wonderful news. Because we love wonderful news.
We do.
Yeah. Do you know the story about the Amber Alert and how that all started?
Like originally?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Oh, well, I'll tell you a little bit. I'm not going to have exact facts, but I don't know what year it was. But anyway, a little girl, and her name was Amber, basically, went missing. And they did find her a couple days later, but she had been killed. And her mother, and in the investigation, found that a lot of people had seen this car that had taken her. But because the police only, you can only talk to so many people and look in so many places and everything else, her mother felt like if there was something that could be done to where more people knew she was missing sooner, that maybe it could have saved her life. So her mother actually started the Amber Alert.
Wow.
So yeah, which is pretty amazing that, her life, as short as it was, has done some good. So speaking of the Amber Alert, and you see them, your phone goes off in the middle of the night when one goes off, or when an Amber Alert happens.
And when your phone goes off, does your heart kind of sink?
Well, the one time it did it, because I didn't know that you could turn it off, it was like 3 a.m. and no, my heart didn't sink. I had a heart attack because it was so loud and it was such a different sound than what I'm used to. Not like a text going off or a Facebook message or whatever. It was so different that it scared the crap out of me. But it's sad, when you're driving down the road and you see Amber Alert. But this did happen in Washington, Lacey, Washington, and this was yesterday. But a baby girl is back home safe thanks to a 15-year-old Washington State girl. her and her dad were just happened to be driving, and her phone went off with an Amber Alert that there was a kidnapped baby. And she looked up, she spotted the Dodge Avenger, and they ended up following the vehicle to make sure it was the right license plate. So they
Oh
got
my
a little
gosh.
closer, make sure it was the right license plate. Then they called the police, and the baby was rescued. 18-month-old Mason was rescued. Basically, it was her mom that took her, 32-year-old Cassandra Wilhelm, and she is arrested. Apparently she had taken the boy from his father. She apparently is an estranged wife, and she's schizophrenic and a heroin addict. So, but baby Mason is home quick. Thank you to Amber Alert.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I always like the wonderful stories.
Great story. Hope the mom gets the help that she needs and gets better.
Yeah, I think everybody does. But,
Yeah.
But that was one with a good ending. So now, since it is Halloween and we're on a kick of wonderful news, did you read the article about the town that was celebrating Halloween and Christmas early?
Adorable. Share the details.
I cried, and I don't cry very often. Of course, the last few days have been a little bit emotional for me, so maybe that is why. Oh, hold on, people. I've got to turn the volume off. Sorry. But anyway, maybe I cried because that's why, and it was 4:30 in the morning when I was reading this. But anyway, in Utah, West Jordan, Utah, a community has come together to ensure that a 4-year-old boy with only a short term to live gets to make the most of it. So Ethan Van Leuven has been battling leukemia for more than half of his life, and the doctors have told the parents that there's absolutely nothing else that they can do, and he has anywhere from a few days to a couple weeks to live. So the town on Monday had Halloween. So the entire town had an early Halloween for him. Wow. Yesterday they had a parade in his honor. And tonight they're actually doing Christmas Eve. So the town actually has put up lights. The neighborhood has put lights up. And the parents are just overjoyed at being able to see him, because Christmas is his favorite holiday, which what kid isn't Christmas their favorite holiday?
And how old is he?
He's 4.
That's amazing.
So he's 4.5, almost 5. They did also celebrate his birthday this week also.
That's amazing.
It is amazing. And it's wonderful that the whole town, I mean, it's one thing for the parents to say, okay, well, we're going to do Thanksgiving dinner, or we're going to do Christmas, but for the whole town to get together and rally for this little boy, it makes it's nice.
It's a testament to the human condition and what we can do when we want to.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right. So
good
job, Utah.
Speaking of people with terminal illnesses, did you hear that the woman that we had talked about before, Death with Dignity,
yes,
she kind of have become the public spokesperson? She was supposed to end her life this weekend.
Today.
Yeah, today. And she decided not to. She decided that she still had enough joy and that she was still enjoying her family. I mean, it was a heartfelt, tearful video that I saw. And it made me think of our conversation, because if I got that diagnosis, I may want to take control of my life, and I may want to have the ability to end it when I want to. But I think when it comes right down to it, I think that is that's a tough call to make. It
absolutely is. And I think the interesting thing I find about the story is that I guess that she had picked a date so soon to her diagnosis, because many people, even though they might own, the little boy who's 4 has 2 days to 2 weeks,
right?
And even though his parents know this is it, they're not sitting at the house doing nothing,
right,
and crying. They're going to make it the best,
right?
So she kind of came out with this whole, I want to choose when I die, and she picks a date. And it's kind of like, well, how do you know that you're going to be at that point in your disease where you're ready?
Right.
So what I hope this doesn't do is, I hope that what she's trying to accomplish, as far as more states passing the law to be able to do this, that this doesn't hinder it, saying this is exactly why you shouldn't be able to do it. You will change, people change their mind.
But they should have the ability to change their mind.
Oh, no, I'm not disagreeing with
right.
that. I think they should. But what I'm saying is, her coming, she's become this huge spokesperson.
Right.
Now it's kind of like she's given the people against it some ammunition to say this is exactly why you shouldn't be able to.
Really? You think that people would?
Well, you got to remember these are people who are totally against it.
Right.
You know, I'm not saying like you and I'm for
Right.
it. But like I said, I just think that, you know, she's nowhere close. I mean, she could have another year,
True.
you know?
True.
So yeah, I mean, I had said, you know, it'd be nice to have the ability, I guess, to do that. And maybe if I knew it was like one of my last 2 days, like to where the pain was just so much.
Sure.
That might be one thing. But to find out that I have cancer and that I might have a year or two to live and say, okay, I'm just going to end it now. I could never do that.
No, absolutely. I agree.
So anyway, enough about cancer. Let's talk about air guns.
Okay, let's talk about air guns. That's a great segue.
Well, let's talk about schools and air guns.
Okay.
So we're still going to talk about, you know, the craziness in the world.
And for those that don't know, the airsoft guns, they shoot pellets, like paint pellets.
Well, yeah, they're like little, they're not like paint. They're like a little.
It's a little ball, a little bead, and it's got paint in it. Yep. I've had them.
No, they don't all have paint in them, sweetie.
Some of them are just BBs.
Yeah, they're just like little, like plastic little thingies.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't all have paint.
Oh, I thought they all had paint.
No, those would be paint guns.
Oh,
These
okay.
are called airsoft guns.
Well, they have airsoft paint BB guns.
Do they?
Yes.
Have you ever been hit with a BB gun?
I have not.
I was once.
But we had them and we shot up the back cement wall at our house. It was a bad decision. Okay, let's move on with the story.
All right. So anyway, everyone knows that schools and you know, guns and things like that just really don't go together for obvious reasons.
Right.
In Massachusetts, a high school, they were juniors in high school, posted a controversial photo on social media, and they now have been suspended. So they are both dressed up, one in a suit, one in a dress, and they're holding airsoft guns.
And the guns are pointed down at the ground.
The guns are pointed down down to the ground. Yes, obviously. The superintendent said, what it's about is a couple of students engaging in an activity that created a total destruction of the school day. They're juniors in high school. It's proactive, and they should have known better, and it scared students. The students say that it's unfair because the guns only shoot plastic pellets, and the photo was taken at home, not at school. It isn't dangerous. You can't kill someone with it, said the 15-year-old. What is his name? Jamie Pereira and Tito Velez. So they just don't feel that they should have been suspended. And what are your thoughts on
I
this?
gotta say, you know, I think it was a bit extreme to suspend them. Also, I get that the administration was probably trying to send a message, but this was something that they did at home. So, I mean, they weren't even at school.
However, they posted it on social media.
Their own private social media. Did they post it on the school's social media?
Well, no, but how many of the students at the school are friends with them on social media? I mean, we talk about how we don't take signs and things that students say and do serious enough, and that, you know, we have these school shootings, so we want more, you know, we want more proactive.
But the minute that the administration talked to these kids and learned, I get that. But the minute that they learned that these kids it was a joke, it was something that they were doing to be funny. They must have thought that it was humorous. They were airsoft guns. I mean, the minute that they talked to those kids and learned all of that information, I don't think it warrants a suspension. I think this has more to do with the zero tolerance policy. We've had kids that have been suspended for school because they ate a Pop-Tart into the shape of a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, really?
I know.
Drawing pictures of guns and you're suspended. That's a bit extreme to me. So no, I don't agree with this.
I don't understand why they took the picture anyway. Like if they were like dressed up in like combat stuff, and like, I just don't understand what the airsoft gun and a homecoming, and maybe that's what the administrators were looking at. This isn't just two kids posing with airsoft guns that is in a surrounding that makes sense.
Right.
I mean, they're in their homecoming dresses with airsoft guns. I thought it was weird. I kind of thought it was weird.
But does weird warrant being suspended?
Well, in lots of schools, hell yeah, it does. I mean, Teresa Bentley walked around with an X-Acto knife and stabbed people in the butt, and she was just trying to be funny, and she was suspended.
Who?
A girl I went to high school with.
Oh.
She literally went down the hallway one day in between classes with an X-Acto knife and just poked people in the ass.
Oh my gosh. Okay. There was a story that I heard of a sheik who, part of being a sheik is that you have a saber that you wear under your clothes.
Okay.
And I think it's a sheik. I could be totally screwing this story up.
Kind of like the comics.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know anything about sheiks. I know more about Shrek.
Okay. Well, I heard about this story where this kid who was I think it was a sheik. I swear, I think it was a sheik. Anyway, had newly become sheiked. I don't know if that's the
Like knighted?
I don't know.
Sheiked. I don't think sheiked is a word.
I don't, or
Anyway.
maybe he newly became a sheik or was in the process of becoming a sheik. Anyway, there's all these items that they have to have on them at all times. And one of them is this dagger that's worn underneath their clothes. And this was a student. So this was part of his religious belief.
Okay.
And the school allowed him to have this on his person at school. So that has the potential of causing danger. Not that he would do something with that dagger or saber or whatever it was. And for those of you that are a sheik or that's part of your religion, I apologize. I'm not trying to be insensitive here. If it's coming across that way.
She's not being racist. She's just being ignorant right now because she has no idea what she's talking about. And I don't either.
Do kind of. Okay. I kind of know little bits of it.
All I know is it was an outfit with some religion and a knife. And so was he suspended?
No, he's able to wear this to school because it's part of his religion, which I found very interesting. And some of the parents said, it's not about him doing something with this, but what if some other kid got this? This is the reason they don't want teachers to have guns in school to protect in the event of a shooter.
Right.
What if some other kid got a hold of it? So I found that very interesting. And I will find that story and I will post it on the No Limits Radio Show page, which it'll probably debunk everything that I've just said.
It's probably a plastic sword. That's why it's allowed to be there.
It's a drawing of it. And it has no harm to anyone. Yeah. It's entirely possible that I got some of that wrong, but we'll share the story. Did you see the story that I had posted or the picture that I posted about, it was a picture of a veteran and it said, it's something along the lines of it's, a tragedy that we have homeless veterans. Did you see that?
I did see it.
Did you see the controversy and the things that people were posting, the back and forth? It was amazing to me. Here was this beautiful image with a thought-provoking sentiment, and people turned it into politics. And, I just got to say, there are some topics that shouldn't become a political banter back and forth. And I feel like taking care of our veterans is one of them. I know that we're right, just around the corner to the election. So I want to just share this one thing. I'm not going to tell anybody who they should vote for or what they should vote for, but I'm just going to say, if you're one of those people that is carrying the torch for the Democratic Party or the Republican Party, I want to urge you, instead of just going into the voting booth and just voting all Republican or voting all Democrat, I want to urge you to take a little bit of time to read up on them, because even though I am a Republican, there are times that I absolutely do vote for Democrats. So that's
her platform.
That's all I got to say.
And real quick, before we do take a break, because we do have to go and our guest should be here any minute. So let's talk about being gay. But
in the USA.
Gay in the USA.
Oh, so patriotic. Doesn't that seem like it should be a song?
From like Bruce Springsteen or something?
Yes.
Like instead of born in the USA.
Gay in the USA.
For someone who's totally straight, I think you should do the song because it would be hilarious.
Okay, that's awesome.
So, but we do want to welcome home the Marine who has been in the Mexican jail for 240 odd days.
It is about damn time.
Yeah, finally released. So he was on U.S. Soil last night. So
Yeah.
so welcome home, and I hope he gets the counseling and everything that he's going to need. So for a quick recovery for that.
Absolutely.
So on that note, it's time to take a break.
Okay, let's take a break.
All right.
We'll be back with Being Gay in the USA. I'm Christina.
And I'm Michelle.
Everyone's going to need an attorney at some point in life. I'm no different. Hey everyone, it's James from Vets On. Whether it was my last will and testament before deployment or my ongoing custody battle for my children during my divorce, I needed help, so I lawyered up. If you need help, I urge you to contact Capstrom Law Firm. Capstrom Law Firm in Springfield, Missouri services clients throughout the state in criminal law, personal injury, and family law. With over 13 years practicing law, Tom Capstrom understands both law and court procedures and how stressful they can be. Let Tom Capstrom Law Firm and his dedicated staff take the stress and worry out of a difficult situation by calling him today. We feel so strongly about the work that Tom and his staff are doing that he'll be a monthly guest on the show. Tom is a veteran and a listener, for God's sake, so you know the guy is solid and will fight for you. Give Tom a call today by calling 417-864-0552 or email Tom at capstromlaw.com. And don't forget to tell him that Vets On sent you.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising.
Break one now. How about that bandit you got some ears on, son?
Have you ever wanted to be a truck driver? If so, pay attention. If not, pay attention anyway. Southwest Truck Driver Training offers everything you need to get started. You can get hired before you begin training. They've got GI Bill approved training facilities, day, night, or weekend programs to fit your busy schedule. And if you have any questions, no sweat. They've got veteran supportive campuses with veterans on staff to serve you. And on top of that, they have lifetime job placement assistance. Put the pedal to the metal. Call Southwest Truck Driver Training today.
Do you need an extra push to start your day? Well, then tune in to Addie's Radio. Addie's Radio is a show that explores tough questions in an open and fun forum. The program also engages hard-hitting issues concerning veterans' physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. The show airs every Tuesday from 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on the Vets On Media Network. Addie's Radio is hosted by Jesse James, a combat veteran of Afghanistan, so he knows the problems that veterans face every day. Jesse provides you guidance each and every week to be a better you. So tune into yourself each week by tuning into Addie's Radio. Go to vetsonmedia.com for show details.
If you or someone you know is looking for a new job or career, you need to visit the pros. National Career Fairs at ncfairs.com. National Career Fairs hosts over 300 career fairs a year nationwide. The events are free and give you the perfect chance to meet some of the top employers in your area face-to-face. To find the nearest career fair to you, visit ncfairs.com. Again, that's ncfairs.com. What are you waiting for?
Now I am.
Do you want a shot of moonshine?
Hey, we're back.
We're back. Welcome back. I'm not used to not having our music that comes back in.
What music do you want? Our little.
You know what I
right here?
want? I want
You want this
Taylor's.
one?
I want Taylor Swift's "Shake It Off."
You want
I was
this one?
totally jamming out to that song on the way back.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
You're listening to the No Limits Radio Show on the Vets On Media Network.
Okay, so now that everybody knows that they're listening to the No Limits Radio Show on the Vets On Media Network.
Well, here's the funny thing about Christina is she knows that, I don't normally run the board. So when there's like 10 seconds left, she's like, oh, can you go on my page and make sure you post the link? So I'm like trying to multitask and do all this stuff. And so,
I'm not a
but we are
multitasker.
back.
Yes, we are back. And we are going to talk about what it looks like being gay in the USA.
Wow. Let's say this. I'm not here to represent the whole gay community as a whole.
You mean you're not a spokesperson for the whole gay community?
I'm a gay person. I live in South Phoenix. I am real hood. I'm not your normal run-of-the-mill gay guy, but I'm here and I'm gay and it's an interview, so what the hell, what's up?
Yeah, you can say hell.
Yeah.
You can say the F word too if you need
wonderful, Great.
to. Does that make it a little better?
Yeah, it makes it okay.
Yeah. He's like, I'm a hood
Can
rat.
you hear me?
I'm a hood rat.
Not a hood rat. I said I'm a little hood.
Oh, a little hood.
Okay, so wait, I need to know what's the difference between a hood and a hood rat.
Oh, a hood rat has been run through by the whole hood. I'm part of the hood that runs through the hood rats.
Okay.
Like a hood rat is a whore?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, so I
basically-
totally insulted you and didn't even know
No,
when I
it's
called you a
okay.
hood rat.
It's all right. I'm not offended at all.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, I hope at no point we offend you.
No.
Because from what Michelle told
I'm
me.
not easily offended.
Okay. Have you ever listened to this show?
No. So,
Well, I've offended political people. I've
That's
offended nonprofit charities. I'm trying to do it all, but I'm not going to offend you. I mean, if calling you a hood rat doesn't offend you, then I think it's open.
yeah,
Anyway.
it's a free for all.
It's a free for all.
So, okay, so we're going to talk about what it means to be gay in the U.S.A. Obviously, we're here in Arizona. Recently, the law was allowed for gay people to get married. How do you feel about that?
I think it's wonderful, actually. But I don't ever see myself getting married personally. But I think it's wonderful for other people that are in long-term relationships that really do want to get married and make that commitment to each other. I think that's great that we're actually allowed to do that now.
I think it's great that they will also be able to get divorced.
Yeah, and that's going to be awesome.
Right.
They should have to pay the fees the same
Exactly.
way we do.
Exactly.
I think
Exactly.
it's going to be awesome to see gay divorce court, especially in Arizona.
Why?
Have you heard how gay people are?
No.
Tell
We're
us.
pretty horrible people.
We're pretty horrible.
No, we're not. I'm just joking. We're just, we're regular. We're just like you and your husband or you and your boyfriend. We fight over dumb shit. We get over it, but
Yeah.
we're petty also. We're
The-
just like everybody else.
The thing that I think is going to be very, very interesting to see, and we're only going to know this, many years from now, is statistically what the marriage life cycle for same-sex marriage versus heterosexual. And I got to say, I would love to see, because right now for heterosexual marriages, we know that you've got like I think it's like 50% divorce rate.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
it's an astronomically high amount. So I would love to see the rate for same-sex marriage be higher and more successful, because I just feel like for all of those that were against it and claimed the sanctity of marriage, which same-sex marriages have already like shot the sanctity of marriage just by virtue of how it's
Divorce?
history. Yes, exactly. So I think it would be great.
I think it would be nice to see, but I don't know what the outcome would be, actually, to tell you the truth.
Right. Well, let's talk about being PC. Okay. So is it when you refer to yourself, is it a same-sex person? Is it gay? Like
I refer to myself as a gay man,
a gay man?
although I have dabbled with women in the past.
Dabbled.
Dabbled, dipped a little bit, here and there.
No pun intended.
So why wouldn't
Dipped in the water a little bit.
you dipped?
Yeah.
Anyway, so why wouldn't you consider yourself bisexual?
I enjoyed it sexually, but I think any sexual, there's straight guys that fuck around with gay dudes and they still consider themselves straight. So I would say those couple of times that I have had sex with females, I was into it because I was probably fucked up off of something but I mean, I did it and yeah, I ejaculated, but I wasn't like, oh, I have to do that again. I wasn't in a hurry for that. But
So was it because of the physical connection? Was it that you weren't attracted to
no, I'm
the
attracted to women. They're beautiful to look at. But I just don't really get horny with them. There's guys that get married to women and they live a secret life.
Sure.
And it's really hard for them. So I could see myself probably had this been in the 1920s or 1940s where I'm trying to hide from my family, I could see myself in a fucked up marriage where I have a battered wife somewhere. Well, not battered, but
So you're abusive also.
I'm not abusive. Where I
This
have
is getting better and better.
I'm a neglected wife somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm over there fucking around on the streets and
Sure.
having her all upset because I don't touch her. But yeah, I've been with females. I'm gonna say 3 times in my life.
Okay, so I just want to make sure I'm understanding this. So the female body you find beautiful,
Beautiful.
but it doesn't physically arouse you,
No.
but you have been able to have that physical connection, but it's
Yeah.
not something that you desire.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not about women's batshit crazy in their head. It's just, see, I always wonder, like, is it because women are just batshit crazy and
They don't want to deal with
they
us?
don't want to deal with us? So they're like, I'll just deal with the same sex as me
No,
because
I don't think that's it. I think it's just, the physical attraction. But I still think that they're beautiful, you guys are beautiful. Just I can't get it up really. But the times that I did, I was under the influence of stuff that will make you.
So you didn't really have a choice.
No, I really didn't.
You didn't have a choice at all.
Ecstasy is a wonderful drug. Let me just say that. I'm sorry.
But let me ask you this
sorry.
though.
but it's
No, it's
totally
okay.
illegal.
It's illegal.
Totally illegal, but
Just say no.
I'm just
some people
saying.
like it. No,
The
but
times that I did, I was under the influence of ecstasy.
let me ask you this though, because obviously the same as our, my relationship with my boyfriend and Christina's with her boyfriend, we're not in that relationship only for sex. It plays a great part of it and it's very enjoyable and I miss it because it's been over 37 days. But there's more to what we have than just the sex.
Oh, definitely.
So it's not, I'm assuming, please tell me that I'm right or wrong, that your companionship with another man is not just the sexual act part of it.
No, it's
you
not.
are attracted to them in multiple different
Definitely
aspects.
different aspects, emotionally, things to talk about and stuff like that. Definitely. I get along with women very well. My friend Cindy here is a wonderful person and I kick it with her all the time. But I wouldn't ever see myself in a relationship with her because we talk about different shit than I would talk to with someone that I would be messing
In a
around
relationship.
in a relationship with.
Okay, I gotta ask, how do you know? Like, let's say you think a guy might be gay. Is there like a secret handshake?
No. There's no secret handshake. There's
Like-
a secret throat swallow. No.
Yeah.
No, there isn't a secret handshake
Well,
or anything like
How do you
that.
get to that part is what we want to
Like,
know. Is
how do
there
you-
like a
How do you know
Well-
that they're gay? Because I was talking about this with my family last night. We were having this conversation about what we were going to be talking about. And my brother was sharing with me this story about how he thinks he figured out the code.
What's the code?
Okay, so he
How
said,
about him?
so he was watching this interaction and he was completely eavesdropping. So he's watching this interaction between these two guys at a McDonald's. The person that's behind the counter, he said, was visibly, he said, I could tell he was gay.
Mhm.
And the person that came up to the counter, he was like, I could tell he was gay. And one of them said to the other one, are you going up or are you going down? And the other one said, I'm going up. And then that was it. And so he told me that and I was like, okay, I think that was a drug deal. I don't think that was like, are you gay? But I was like, I'm going to ask the one gay man that I now have in proximity.
I don't know. There's no secret handshake.
And
like,
that
it was probably a drug deal.
it was okay. So yeah,
But
because there were no escalators or elevators in the vicinity. So
I will say, fortunately, there's apps now where you can find gay or non-gay guys that want to have sex with men, like right in your area.
because I would think that it would be
Grindr thing. Have you ever heard of Grindr?
no? So it's kind of like a booty call for gay people.
Yeah, it's a booty call. You get on it and it tells you how many feet away this person is to you, and then they message you and they're like, "Hello, hi, what are you doing?" And just hi means I'm down to fuck, basically.
Isn't that kind of creepy though?
It's actually very fun.
See, I think that's kind of
It's
creepy.
creepy. It's creepy, but it's crazy.
Is that safe though?
Well, you have to be safe. It's up to you if you're gonna, it's disclosure. You want to be safe, you have to be the one to be safe.
No,
And that's the same in.
I don't mean.
Oh, she wasn't talking about a condom. She was talking about just being safe, meeting someone that you don't know, like so random like that.
Well, you always take risks all the time, and I think that's part of the excitement.
And since you're from the hood, you probably have a gun, right?
No, I don't have a gun.
You've just blown every
okay,
mental image that I've had of.
I'm on parole, so I can't carry a gun. Let me just state that. So that's how hood I am. I've been recently released from prison 6 months ago. So I am still hood.
So was it easier to have sex in prison?
It's prison sex. Let's see. Prison sex 101. I love doing art. So I'd stay up all night drawing and painting and doing random shit in my little cubicle. Everybody else would be asleep. Randomly, guys would stop by and say, "Hey, what's up? What are you doing? You gonna go smoke a cigarette in the bathroom?
And is that code for?
Let's go."
That's code in jail.
Prison.
So
that's
Oh,
prison.
prison. So does it go the same for lesbians? Do you know? Because I want to
I
make
don't
sure
know.
if
I
I'm
think-
ever there and someone asks me if I want to go
You wanna
smoke a
smoke a
cigarette,
cigarette?
that I'm not setting myself up for something.
No, well, basically, it was maybe they just wanted to smoke a cigarette, but maybe just me being the person that I am, I probably took it to another level. I don't know. Maybe they were just wanting to smoke a cigarette, and all of a sudden, I ended up jiggling their balls. I don't know, but it ended up happening.
Oh, so smoking a cigarette is his code. It's not a
You wanna
universal
smoke a
thing.
cigarette?
We're gonna go back to
So
the
if I offer
disclaimer
you a
at the
cigarette-
beginning. The disclaimer at the
think
beginning.
twice.
He did say that he's not the spokesperson for the entire
I'm
gay
not the
community.
spokesperson
That's
for
true.
the entire,
Right.
entire gay community. I will say that again.
Well, and I think there's something interesting to be noted there, is that oftentimes people think that if you are a part of one population, that all of that group feels the same way, thinks the same way, that
And we
and-
don't.
right.
And we don't. Not at all. It's very diverse. There's all kinds of different shapes, forms of us all over. I'm not your typical 98-pound gay guy. I'm 5'9" and I weigh 250 pounds and I'm a big guy, but I'm a big bear. Usually I have a beard, but I shaved it for reasons that I will not disclose on the radio.
You're not going to tell us?
No.
You'll tell us about ecstasy and
Okay,
parole,
well.
but you won't tell us why you
Well,
shaved
it
the
will,
beard.
it will fuck up my whole image of being hood. No,
Oh, okay.
I
We
ended
don't want to do that.
No, we do.
I ended up dressing up as Amy Winehouse for Halloween last night.
That is awesome. Okay, I got to see the picture of this. Okay,
Yeah,
so
we want to see the picture.
Okay,
let me
let's
ask you a
go.
question.
Do a good one.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Is cross-dressing, were you doing it just because it was Halloween,
I was doing it
or
just because it was Halloween. I usually don't do it, not on a daily basis.
oh my gosh, your makeup looks flawless.
Thank you. I do hair and makeup. I do her hair and makeup, actually.
You didn't do her makeup this morning, though,
Not
did
this
you?
morning. No, look at her.
Look
That's
at- look at
leftover
her.
From,
She's
Look
been
at-
doing her makeup while we were sitting here.
she stumbled here.
Okay, so this is why every girl needs a gay best friend. Clearly.
Yeah,
And I
should
hope
every
that's not-
girl have a gay best friend?
I think they should, because we can actually be really honest with you. You know, if you're a girl and you ask your homegirl, do I look fat in this? And you actually look fat and your titties look low, I will tell you, but a girl will not. No, you look great, sweetheart. Them bitches look perky as hell. But I'll tell you the truth. Please put on a bra and get some duct tape while you're at it. But
Michelle's not that friend. She'll tell me.
she'll tell you.
Do I
Yeah.
look fat in this? That's your butt. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, it was because you were going to wear a black dress versus the red one, but you loved the red one and you felt that the black one was going to hide your ass. And I said, honey, you have an ass. It doesn't matter whether the dress is black or red. You have the ass.
You have an ass.
You like the red dress, go for the red dress.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, she's right. I would tell her tits were low. I didn't say they
They're
were
not
now.
low this morning, apparently.
Yeah. You're doing all right this morning.
Thanks.
Good job.
Sometimes people
Thank you,
bounce them on their
Victoria's
knees.
Secret. Wait, what was
Sometimes
that?
People bounce their tits on their knees and they're like, I got badass titties.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so cross-dressing.
Cross-dressing is very taboo. Gay guys hate it. Like,
Why?
If you're a gay man and as soon as you dress in drag, you're considered a drag queen forever. So it's very taboo within the gay community. If you dress like that, that's your label forever. And that's not a label that I like.
Okay, so tell me this. There seems to be, like, okay, for example, on the show Modern Family, the gay couple are portrayed, and I think,
and what's the other guy?
yeah, and
I love Cam. People compare me to him because I'm sometimes dramatic. Like,
well, but this is my question.
Yeah.
The mannerisms that tend to be a bit effeminate.
it's funny. I think they do it just for fun.
But in the gay community, I mean, I've seen some men that do act very effeminate, and I've seen some men that seem to act very macho. What is the identification with that gay effeminate? Is it I want to be more female?
I think the feminine, mostly they're all bottoms, receivers, and the masculine men are tops. They're the givers. So,
But I heard that was a stereotypical.
actually, that's true because there's some guys that are very masculine and they like to take it. There's straight guys that are considered straight, and you end up thinking that you're going to go
And they're the catcher, not the pitcher.
and all of a sudden they turn around and you're like, what the hell? It's my turn.
What the hell? It's my turn.
But no, apparently it's their turn.
Okay, so
awesome.
no, what I was going to say is, so not every gay. So let me ask you this, because since you're not a spokesperson
I'm
for
not
all
a
gay people.
spokesperson for all gay people. Let me remind.
That's right.
I don't want them to receive any hate mail or any bomb threats.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Because we are vicious.
So no. But I guess so in your.
You're gonna be glitter bombed tonight.
So do you tend to be attracted more to the feminine
No.
male or the masculine male?
Masculine.
Do you consider yourself more of a feminine male?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty feminine, but I'm right on the verge of.
Because of your hoodness?
Yeah, because my hoodness. So I just think that I am pretty feminine, but not extremely. But I am pretty feminine.
Okay, so you're attracted more to the
more masculine guys.
But what if you met a man who you had so much in common with,
but was extremely,
but he was also feminine?
Okay.
That doesn't mean you're going to be like totally ixnay, does it?
Let me tell you about a situation. I had met a guy that was very attractive, great body, and he looked very masculine, but his taste in music tended to be all Lady Gaga, and then he'd do the dance and the scream, and that just totally turned me off. So I was like, I can't take your calls anymore.
So you really truly, it would be like if some women say, I have to have blonde hair, blue eye, you have to have a masculine man.
Yeah, basically. Well, he could be a little bit femme, just he can't be a bitch all day, every day.
Because that's your job.
Yeah, that's my job.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
That's my job.
What? It's apparently his job.
This redhead is an asshole. Let me just say that.
There is something fiery about her.
She's a fiery asshole.
She is.
She must have eaten a burrito.
Okay, so at what point did you know you were gay? Because
I would say like around when I was like 4 years old.
So I mean, there are some people that say you're born this way. And then there are some people that say that this is because of some life event. So
I was definitely born this way.
Okay.
I can remember being 4 years old and going to the YMCA or to go for swimming lessons and just feeling like embarrassed in the shower and liking to look at other people. And it was just embarrassing. Like I was like, no, because I got excited as a child and I was a little boy. And just in the shower, I was like, oh my God, there's other naked guys. Wow. And that's when I knew like that I was attracted to other guys.
And did your parents also always know, or?
Yeah, my mom always knew and my dad always knew. They were trying to suppress it forever. Like I'd always steal Barbies, the Barbie head with that you comb the fucking hair. One time my mom came in and I had it facing me and I was brushing its hair out. She was like, what are you doing? I was like, she snatched that bitch away from me. They were very upset, but I mean, they grew to love me. I think when I was like 15 and I came out the closet, like I was already out the closet, let's say 8th grade, but I just wouldn't say it completely.
Right.
But I was already completely gay. I'm like completely like I just didn't give a fuck.
And so when did your parents say, okay, there's nothing we can do? This is just who he is, and they were okay with it?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, are
But-
they okay with it?
They're okay with it. Well, my father's passed
I'm
2 years
sorry.
ago. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
But they were very, very supportive later in life, and then now I have a gay brother, and he's a full-time drag queen. Well, like I would say transsexual, and they were very supportive to him. So I'm glad that I fucked with them so much that they had to accept it, because my brother grew up very happy, and he doesn't have any of like he didn't grow up with any of the baggage that I did, because like I had to like fight with them and bring the random black guy for Thanksgiving dinner, and they'd be upset and have the whole family pissed off at me and just random shit like that. But I used to love to piss my family off, especially during family dinners. And I just
See, my
I would bring
extent.
the craziest looking dude that I could find. You're hired. Come on.
Come on.
Oh my gosh. My extent of like rebelling was bringing home a Mormon. That was. Yeah.
Mine
No,
was
I'm
bringing
just
home my
kidding.
ex-husband.
I'm just kidding. So you're the oldest?
I'm the oldest.
See, and the oldest always has to blaze the trail. Like I
Yeah.
had to beg to have a car, use the car. And with my brother and sister, they're like, you want the car? Are you going to be out all night? Fine.
Flag it.
Well,
Okay,
yeah,
not
the
that
younger ones
extreme.
are always the younger
Yeah.
ones are always spoiled.
Yeah.
So it's just you and your brother, or do you have other?
That's 7 of us.
There's 7 of you.
I'm the oldest,
Okay.
and then there's my brother Julio,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's my brother who's a transsexual. His name's Tony, and he just uses his name Tony. And then I have another brother named Omar, and then a sister named Brisa, a sister named Crystal, and a sister named Cassandra.
Okay, so are the sisters lesbians?
One of them is.
One of them is a lesbian.
Yeah, one of them is a lesbian. She got married, had a son, and then decided to become a lesbian.
Now that's interesting that you said that. She decided to become a lesbian. So
Well, to come out.
to come out
So
and
she had always
actually
been.
live her
Yeah,
life.
live her life as
Okay.
she wanted to.
Okay.
Yeah, because she just was not happy in her marriage at all.
Well, that's why
I wonder what the odds are of that, though.
Of what?
How many people
Yeah.
get married and
No. 3 siblings in one family
Yeah.
that are all gay. Like, I wonder what the statistics are on that.
Yeah, I wonder why they haven't done any surveys, because the controversy is,
Were you
environment,
born-
or born this
right.
way, chromosomes, and there has
Right.
to be like some sort
And
of
nothing ever happened to any of you as a child.
no.
Perfectly healthy, happy.
Happy.
That's really interesting.
Do you feel that it's more environmental and situations happen that cause someone to be gay,
No.
or do you think they're born?
No,
with
I think you're absolutely
it? I think you're
born that
with
way.
it too.
And what's funny-
household that I grew up in, my dad was a machista, like very masculine. My mom was always in the kitchen cooking, doing this, doing that, and the roles were very like, you're a woman, I'm a man.
Very
So,
defined.
Very defined.
See, I find
So
it
the lines
interesting.
got blurred when I grew up.
Yeah.
I find it interesting that the friends of mine that I've had that have been gay, like we all, like this girlfriend that I went to high school with, we all knew that she was gay. We were just waiting for her to come around to it. And so when she finally did, I to this day, I remember the phone call. I'm in the kitchen. She calls me, Christina, I got to tell you something. I think you need to sit down. I'm like, oh shit, what's going on? She was like, I finally realized, and I'm coming out, and I'm gay, and I just hope that's not going to affect our friendship. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me? No, it's not going to affect our friendship. Why would it?
Take care
but-
of something for me?
But no, but this was the thing. I was like, okay, so I have to ask this. Were you ever attracted to me? And she said no. And I was like, what the hell? I mean,
bitch.
I was like, are you kidding me? No,
Maybe
never.
she was attracted to the butch type.
Yeah.
Oh, she was attracted to one of our other friends, but it was not me.
Was she feminine? Or
The friend?
No, the girl that she liked.
You know what? I really don't want to have this conversation in case she's listening. I just
See, that's what I'm talking
because
about.
I don't want to define her as being effeminate or being butch.
Okay, let me ask you this. Does she have like long flowy hair and wears dresses, or
No,
is she more
no.
Fake eyelashes?
short? Yeah, fake eyelashes,
No,
makeup.
no.
She's more the all natural,
Yep.
short hair.
Granola.
Yep.
So she's butch.
Granola, rolled up sleeves.
Well, you said it. I didn't.
Hammer.
If you're
Hammer in her
listening,
back pocket.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Don't be mad at me.
Again, I don't represent the gay community.
That's our disclaimer. I'm gonna have to put it on our thing
Let
right
me
now.
Just say that.
And I don't represent the straight community.
Right.
That is a fact. All right. So, Christina, we do need to take a break.
Okay, let's take a break and then we're going to talk more. I mean, we have in this first segment, we have learned a whole lot about hood rat, prison sex, gay sex,
Smoking a cigarette.
Smoking a cigarette.
drugs. I mean,
A lot.
what's next?
I don't know. I'm afraid to
Whips,
find out.
chains. I don't know.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Boy,
Christina's favorite subject is sex.
I just
so you
love
guys
talking
know.
about sex.
We can talk about sex.
So anyway, I'm Michelle.
And I'm Christina. Here's the thing.
Are you or someone you know looking for a new job or career? The Vets on Media family would like to invite you to the National Career Fair in Phoenix on November 17th from 11 until 2 p.m. This free job fair will be held at the Phoenix Airport Marriott Hotel, located at 1101 North 44th Street, Phoenix. This is your chance to meet some of the top employers in the Phoenix area face-to-face. Get ready to jumpstart your new career at the National Career Fair in Phoenix, November 17th from 11 until 2 p.m. at the Phoenix Marriott Hotel, 1101 North 44th Street, Phoenix. For more information, visit ncfairs.com/Phoenix. Again, that's ncfairs.com/Phoenix.
Breaker, breaker, one nine. How about that bandit? You got some ears on, son?
Have you ever wanted to be a truck driver? If so, pay attention. If not, pay attention anyway. Southwest Truck Driver Training offers everything you need to get started. You can get hired before you begin training. They've got GI Bill approved training facilities, day, night, or weekend programs to fit your busy schedule. If you have any questions, no sweat. They've got veteran supportive campuses with veterans on staff to serve you. And on top of that, they have lifetime job placement assistance. Put the pedal to the metal. Call Southwest Truck Driver Training today.
Everyone's going to need an attorney at some point in life. I'm no different. Hey everyone, it's James from Vets On. Whether it was my last will and testament before deployment or my ongoing custody battle for my children during my divorce, I needed help, so I lawyered up. If you need help, I urge you to contact Capstrom Law Firm. Capstrom Law Firm in Springfield, Missouri services clients throughout the state in criminal law, personal injury, and family law. With over 13 years practicing law, Tom Capstrom understands both law and court procedures and how stressful they can be. Let Tom Capstrom Law Firm and his dedicated staff take the stress and worry out of a difficult situation by calling him today. We feel so strong about the work that Tom and his staff are doing that he'll be a monthly guest on the show. Tom is a veteran and a listener, for God's sake, so you know the guy is solid and will fight for you. Give Tom a call today by calling 417-864-0552 or email Tom at capstromlaw.com. And don't forget to tell him that Vets On sent you.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertising.
If you or someone you know is looking for a new job or career, you need to visit the pros. National Career Fairs at ncfairs.com. National Career Fairs hosts over 300 career fairs a year nationwide. The events are free and give you the perfect chance to meet some of the top employers in your area face-to-face. To find the nearest career fair to you, visit ncfairs.com. Again, that's ncfairs.com. What are you waiting for?
You're listening to the No Limits Radio Show on the Vets On Media Network.
I'm deaf now. I
yeah,
can't
sorry
hear
about
anything.
that. I don't know what's going on with the volume on the station ID, but for some reason it's like if you turn it up to where it's supposed to be, it gets that thing. So
You know,
I don't know.
You know what, Michelle?
Yeah.
You're doing an amazing
Oh,
job.
thanks,
You
sweetie.
are doing an amazing job co-hosting the show, running the board, wearing 2 hats.
I only have one hat on today, but thanks.
I meant figuratively,
I
not
know.
literally.
I know.
Okay, so we are here talking with Marcos.
Yes.
Are we using your last name?
No, he's
No?
afraid
No?
to.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
I'm on parole, girl. We're not using my last name.
Is this a parole violation?
No, I don't think
Okay.
so.
I don't
hope
think
not.
so.
I hope not.
I'm hiding my face in case.
Well, that's good because there's a video right there.
I know.
Okay. So we've been talking about some issues regarding, the gay community, what it looks like, what it is to be gay, and some of those factors of being gay. I think we have been asking questions that I've always wanted to ask, but I've never had the opportunity and ability to ask in such an open format. And that's what No Limits is all about. It's about no boundaries, conversations that just no stop filter.
No stop filter.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So, okay, what I found interesting, and we were talking about this on the break, what I found interesting is I always thought that gay men were all the same. They were all very effeminate.
Mhm.
I've seen gay women, and it seems like there's typically one that is a little bit, and not always, but it seems like there is often one that is very male, very masculine, and one that is very feminine. I don't want to use the butch term because
Okay.
I don't know.
Because you want to be politically correct today?
Yeah.
today.
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 Well,
That's only safe for private.
okay, whatever. But it seems like everything that I'm learning today is that even in the male gay community, that there is the more effeminate and more masculine. Is that correct?
There's people that are just in between also that are not very feminine, not very masculine. They're just regular people. They could be like just regular people
That don't fit into
that
that
don't fit into
stereotype.
any category.
Well, what's interesting is,
And when you go into the art community, and there's people that just you don't know if they're even gay or straight, because there's just people that are random that love art and real like just they have a different way of being.
what I think is interesting is the way that I don't have many gay friends. So the way that I have become accustomed to and my knowledge of it has been through more of what I've seen on TV.
Mhm.
And what I find interesting is that the majority of gay people on TV are always portrayed to be very effeminate.
Yeah.
I think it would be really interesting to have more gay men come out that are very much the run of the mill, the guy next door. I think that'd be really interesting. And actually the CEO for Apple just came out and said that, it was because he didn't want to be so, he wanted to be able to be more open. So I really think that more of that, more football players, more of the run of the mill is going to help to give, John Q. Public
Yeah, definitely.
the perception that it's not just one size fits all.
Right. And speaking of the public, because we hope that there has been changes and the prejudice that goes on is not as bad. Has it changed, say, in the last 15 years between, the rude comments and, the things said?
Okay, I'm gonna say that when I was in high school, I was very popular, even though like I was obviously gay. I was very popular. I had a lot of friends, and there was people here and there that would, make rude comments. But you learn to grow a thick skin, and I like bullying. I would have never like committed suicide or fucking gotten upset and like gotten shot up the whole school or done something stupid like that, because like I always had a really high self-esteem no matter what. And I mean, I'm sorry for the people that do get bullied that can't control it, but maybe it's the household that I grew up in, that my dad was very masculine, was just like, I don't care.
Right.
And my mom was like, I care. But
Right.
but I don't know. It was great growing up. People were assholes. But it didn't really bother me. But now, like, it's so acceptable. Like, anybody could just. I think it's so acceptable now. Kids
Do
in high
you-
school are out and like they don't.
No one cares.
No one cares.
Well, and that's the thing. Like I've got 2 teenagers.
Mhm.
They could care less, and both of them are very protective. Like when they see somebody is getting bullied or feels like, in social media, someone who might be gay. I mean, they just like come to the defense, and it's nice to see more young people like that. I thought it was interesting that you commented on how popular you were in school, and you're not. I mean, that's because of who you are. That's because of your personality. I mean, just in the short time that we've been talking, you seem like you are a very outgoing person. It would be hard for people to not like you.
Thank you. I
Right?
appreciate that. I have friends. I'm not gonna say I have a lot of friends, but I have friends.
Okay.
I should have more friends, but
You know
I should
what?
have more people that appreciate me. But
It's not
but yeah.
quantity, it's quality.
Yeah, it's a quality of friends. I have great friends, actually. I have lifelong friends that have been there and seen my whole life, and that's pretty awesome to be able to keep friends that long. And then my family actually really loves me and cherishes me and treats me very well. So I'm very blessed in that.
You're blessed with
sense.
that. Now, what about we had talked a little bit during the break about a component of straight men that will seek out gay men.
Mhm.
So what does that look like? So are they using that app?
They're using that app.
And often are these men that are married
These
and
are often married men, and they don't put face pictures up most of the time. It'll be their chest or their torso or their abs or just their beard, or like they'll just put like a blurred picture. You can't really identify who it is, and they'll hit you up and stuff. And even in public, when a straight guy is like, let's say you're at Circle K and you happen to be alone, and a straight guy will just say something to you like, hey, what's up, what are you doing? And try to like solicit you, sort of like if you're a whore.
okay, so let's go through what that looks like.
Yeah.
Because and here's the reason I'm asking this.
Late night, yes.
I used to work
It's
with this.
horrible.
I used to work with this gay guy,
Uh-huh.
and he was very effeminate. He dressed to the nines. He just a beautiful person inside and out. Every time a gay man would come into, or even a straight man, it was straight men. A straight man, gorgeous, would come in, and he would just interact with both of us. He'd leave, and James would be like, "Oh, he totally wanted me." I was
Yeah.
like, "Wait, what in that interaction?" He said, "Hello, here's your package. Could you please sign for it?" Like, what in that interaction told you that he wanted you? Like, I didn't get that. So I'm curious, like, as you're interacting with a man and you assess him as being straight and you think he's like, what is it that he's saying?
There's a thing where like they follow you with their eyes, like they it's like scary. Like when a straight dude is like, yeah, I'm gonna get you tonight. Like it's kind of scary.
So there may
They
have
zero
been
in on you. Their eyes zero in on you, and they're like, "Yep, he's gay. I could get it tonight if I want it." And they'll like talk to you, approach you, and certain stuff. Yeah.
So do most straight
Like
men
predators, girl, like predators, just like they do you, just like they.
but
do
see,
you,
I
they
don't
do
see it.
us.
I never saw it.
Okay, do you feel it when a guy looks at you and he's like, "Yeah, bitch, you gonna get it." You feel it, right? When a fool's looking at you and he's like, "Yeah, I see them titties," right?
Okay, I got it.
Okay, that's
Okay.
the same way we get it, but they're just like, "Yep, I see that mouth." Basically,
they just say something a little different.
yeah, they just say a little something different, but yeah, they zero in on.
So what you're saying is it's entirely possible that there was an interaction that took place
That you did
that
not
I didn't
notice at
even
all.
notice.
Yeah, that the dude was probably like,
Wow.
Yeah, because he wasn't interested in you. So he was eyeing the other person.
eyeballing him.
Wow.
So do all straight men that secretly want it on the side think that all out of the closet gay men are whores?
Yeah. Yeah, they do. Sometimes I gotta beat them off of me. Sometimes, literally beat them off of me. I'm just like,
He carries a stick.
yeah, no. They think that we're all down, even if you're not in the mood or whatever. But it's just certain guys. I'm not saying all
Right,
straight men are
right.
doing this, but let's say late night you run into Circle K for cigarettes at like 1:30, 2 in the morning, and there's someone outside, and they're like, "Hey, what's up?" Blah blah blah. They try to like approach you all creepy. It's creepy. It's creepy.
But it's funny to me that is creepy to you, but the application
because you know what they're up to.
And because he's choosing it. When he goes to that, hold on a
when I
second.
go on that app, in the first 5 minutes, someone is like, "Hey, what's up?" And it's because I'm looking for it too,
Right.
and they're looking for it, so we're both down at
Right.
that moment.
Right.
Let's say I'm babysitting and I just left my sister with the kid, and like I had to go get cigarettes real quick, and the dude's like, "Hey, you gonna fuck or what?" And I have to get back. Maybe I might. Yeah.
maybe that's a little.
I might do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, fuck
You might be down.
You know what?
Whatever. They'll be okay for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
so it'll take at least 30 minutes.
Just tell us they're not in the car.
Put your heads down.
Oh Lord.
We're right here by the dumpster. All right, let's go.
Really? Okay.
She says,
No,
really?
I'm being sarcastic.
Okay.
Yeah, I might.
But I can see the difference there, and I can see how one could even be creepy, could be offensive. It's just like, when you were single, just because you're single and you're on a dating site,
Right.
doesn't mean that at every point in your life you're looking for it.
That
Right.
that you're sitting there holding it open for somebody.
Oh, no.
Christina doesn't even hold it open for her.
You don't hold it open?
Look at her. I love talking about-
My legs are crossed right now. No.
Oh, that's funny.
But
Yep.
yeah, that's basically it right there. It's if I'm looking for it, it's welcome. But if I'm not looking for it, it's kind of creepy. It's kind
Sure,
of scary.
and I can absolutely relate to that. If you're looking for it, then you're open to it. But if you're not, and it kind of throws you off, you're in the middle of, you're in one mindset,
Yeah,
and then
someone comes up to you.
it's like, no,
That's life. It happens to people all the time. I mean, females get approached everywhere.
yeah,
Right.
Everywhere by every Tom, Dick, and Harry. They don't give a fuck what they look like.
right,
They're at your level. It could be a bum on the street, and they're like, "Damn, ma, what's up?"
right.
So what about Phoenix as far as things to do for the gay community? Are there a lot of things for the gay community for people to do here? Is it there's better cities as Phoenix
Well,
as a
I
whole?
haven't
Are we
been-
kind of
I haven't
slacking?
been all over the country or anything like that. I've spent
Because he's
most
on
of my
parole.
life- Yeah, I've been on parole a lot of times, 3 times. So I haven't been around the country a lot, but I think Phoenix is pretty okay. Like the bar scene's pretty cool. It's all right.
Are there a
But
lot of bars in
There's
Phoenix?
a couple of bars,
But are they good bars? I mean, that's
Like,
my question. Like, is it something that's like
There's
you
two-
don't feel like you're going into like the cave
There's
of
2 good bars. I'm not gonna say their names, but there's 2 good
Why?
bars.
Say the names.
No, fuck them.
We might be able
So
to get
there's
them as
two-
sponsors.
Now, when you say a good bar, do you mean because the music's good, the
music's
lighting's
the
good,
lighting's the drinks are good, the drink specials are good.
and it's a good crowd?
Yeah. But then there's dives also. Actually, dive bars are really cool.
I mean, I
little
like dive
shitty-
bars too, but you
the
also want
little
the option to
shitty-
go out and
Yeah,
do
when
something
we
more
wanna
fun.
Go out.
Yeah.
There's okay bars.
But in the gay community, are you going to, and I know that you're not looking to get married or anything, but within the gay community and within the gay bars and that scene, are you going to find someone that is not just a potential hookup, but is a potential like partner, a potential date? Because like I know in the straight community, that's not where you're
No,
gonna.
That's not where you're gonna find someone.
Okay, so same.
So I would say like when you're out like in the gay, doing things with the gay community, like doing like
Like a parade.
Like, not a, like a parade.
Gay parade. When we have our rainbow leotards on.
And I didn't even participate this year in any of that stuff.
Why? Please tell
But
me.
there's a lot of
Rainbow.
community stuff.
Why does the gay community own rainbows?
I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't either.
I don't like it.
And again, I do not represent the gay community as a whole.
Let me ask you this.
Hold on. I love every time that you say that. You like
He
turn
adjusts
very.
the hat.
He adjusts the hat and he gets this like hood persona.
No, I do not.
Not hood rat, just hood. You and your hoodness.
Okay, but you're the gay community people that you know. What is the general consensus of those people as far as the rainbow?
They just like it.
They do like it.
It's diverse.
All
I think
colors.
it's all because of the diversity in colors and stuff. And it's pretty. And it's pretty.
Shiny, sparkly.
Well, it's like rainbow used to mean hope.
Well, maybe
That's
that's
what the
why.
rainbow stood for.
Maybe
was
that's-
hope because of Noah's Ark and the whole thing. You know,
Sure.
the rain's gonna.
Oh,
So-
she just went biblical.
Damn.
So I just went biblical.
She just hit us with the Bible.
Boom.
I'm starting to sweat.
No,
Great.
don't worry.
Okay.
I'm not going to say you're
I'm
going to go
starting
to
sweat
hell.
like a whore in church.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's bring God into this conversation.
Are we
Great.
talking about a whore in church or a?
I'm
Gay
sweating
person
like
in
a
church.
whore
No,
in
I'm just
church,
kidding.
like a gay whore in church.
That's even worse yet.
Yeah.
A gay hood rat in church.
You know what, Michelle? I think
What?
though hope. I think that's
The hot breeze.
probably why the rainbow, because hope that there would be more acceptance.
Is that what it is, or is it for
I don't know.
diversity?
Google it. Google it.
Okay, well, while she's Googling it, I want to ask you, what do you think are some of the, and if we haven't talked about it here yet today, do you think there's any misconceptions about the gay community?
Mm,
Anything that you want to share with our listeners? Any like axe that you have to grind? Anything you want to get off your chest?
I don't have an axe to grind. Basically, just we're not all feminine. We're not all lesbians. Are not all butch. My sister's actually a very feminine lesbian.
And what is she attracted to? Is she attracted?
Butch girls. Two
That's
butch
very
girls.
interesting.
And
See,
her girlfriend is just a very handsome woman. She
A
looks-
handsome woman.
She's a very handsome woman. Like,
would she
looks-
describe herself as that?
No, I think her girlfriend would describe herself as a she describes herself as a dude, basically like a guy. Yeah. She dresses
Wow.
like a guy all the time. She gets like guy fades.
So like Ellen
She's
DeGeneres.
very handsome.
Wow.
She looks like a really hot Puerto Rican guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's what she looks like.
It's the colors reflect the diversity of the LGBT community.
See?
So no, it is diversity. It's not hope.
Huh.
So they
That's
didn't tie it in with the biblical part.
I was right.
You were right.
Diversity.
I was wrong.
Ooh,
Yep.
I love when Christina has to say that.
I probably heard that somewhere once during one of our secret meetings.
Do you guys all, you know
Do
that
you guys
women,
all? Here we go. This is going to be a
We have
huge
secret-
stereotypical thing right here. Do you guys all?
Have secret meetings.
yes, or have a secret handshake? No, we already
So there's
discussed that. No secret
there's
handshake.
No secret meetings.
Women all communicate in their compacts. We all open them up, and
Yeah.
that's how we communicate with each other. I'm just
Wow.
kidding.
So, but what were you really going to say?
That was it.
Do you guys all? That
Do
was
you guys
it?
all? Yeah.
We have secret meetings.
Yeah.
There's meetings, but they're not secret. You can find them in,
Right on
There's-
Wikipedia.
there's gay support groups. There's actually what helped me a lot during when I was a young kid was I found a gay support group called Valley 1 in 10. It was called Voight, and it's because 1 out of every 10 people is gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, or questioning. And it helped me out so much growing up, and it made me very, very proud to be who I am. And I was not scared at all, ever.
That's awesome.
I've never felt scared in my life. I've always been really I've been down for it, girl. Let's just say that.
He was
No.
ready since he was 4.
Yeah.
No, what's interesting is that you just, to bring it back to the beginning, when you shared that 3 out of your 7 siblings
Uh-huh.
are gay, hearing the statistic that it's 1 in 10, I think that's why I find it so interesting that that you have 2 other family members
Mhm.
that are gay. That's fascinating.
And extended family, it's horrible. There's at
It's
least
horrible.
It's horrible.
It's horrible. It's a bunch of gay people running around.
It's a bunch of gay people. trust me.
For your next family get together, if you want me to make you a rainbow cake, I'd be
Yeah.
glad to do that. Yeah.
Just don't ask her to make you a Barbie cake.
Right.
No, not the barbie cake. But a rainbow cake, I'll do.
Awesome. Well, you know what? I really appreciate you coming in studio with us today and having this conversation. It's been everything I had hoped for and more.
Thank you. Thank you. It was awesome.
Yeah, thank you so
Good.
much.
We will not be here next Saturday,
We won't.
but we will be here the following Saturday.
Yes. And anyone who is into sports, listen next. We got JD's Rockin' Sports coming up here in a couple minutes.
Go Cardinals! They're gonna beat the Cowboys. Just saying.
Happy Saturday, everybody.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so